The massacre was only the beginning. Who did this to us? Who attacked the tribe?
It's been a long time coming, but thanks to Guerrilla Games keeping their heads down, save for press conference trailers or behind-the-scenes looks, Horizon Zero Dawn has emerged fully formed as not only one of this generation's most impressive titles, but one of the most tantalizing reasons to invest in Sony hardware thus far, alongside being one of the finest PlayStation exclusives of all time. Yes, really. You can tell that thanks to Guerrilla being holed up developing Killzone for the last 13 years, it's resulted in a veritable explosion of creation, colour, passion and confidence. That's the biggest takeaway from Horizon overall. It's a project compiled by a perfectly sized, diverse team, encompassing a number of gameplay mechanics suited for blockbuster entertainment, rooted through a mysterious narrative and a world mythology that's just as detailed as an Elder Scrolls or a Fallout or a Witcher 3. I'm Scott from WhatCulture.com, and welcome to our full review for Horizon Zero Dawn. Following the trailers and marketing materials, you might have thought Horizon was going to centre entirely on blasting apart robotic dinosaurs and animals for loot and crafting components. That is certainly 3/4 of what you'll be doing, but the thing that really surprised me was just how personal and nuanced Aloy's story is, alongside how confidently Guerrilla have crafted the slow reveal of what's really going on around you. You truly care about Aloy's personal plight, thanks to an immaculate introductory cutscene that sets her apart as an outsider. You understand her need to explore, find her own mother, and discover the secret heritage of what's happening around her. But the surrounding world's history is equally as interesting. Why are there futuristic dinosaurs everywhere? What happened to humanity overall? Who is your mother? What is the metal world? And can I ride a Robo T-Rex? The answers to all are wait and see, with the latter being sadly not. But atop that, where so many other open world games fall down is in giving the player an overarching narrative goal that needs to be completed immediately. Horizon certainly has hooks, twists and turns across its 25 to 30 hour campaign, but it makes sense contextually that both you and Aloy will want to explore to your heart's content, breaking free from the confines of a sheltered, semi-religious existence and being fascinated by everything you come across, knowing whatever main quest marker you want to get back to will be waiting just around the corner. Speaking of main quest markers, Horizon's story is one of the best told, original, well-researched and thoroughly thought-provoking mystery narratives in all of gaming. I'm not going to give away any spoilers whatsoever here, but know that if you like third-person action games and are intrigued by the art design already, go in knowing only that and let the rest of it blow you away. Guerrilla really don't hold your hand for any of the wider mythology outside of Aloy's personal tale either, as overall, Horizon presents an intelligent, progressive lore that maturely addresses everything from politics to world philosophy, ingrained religion to individualism on multiple levels. You'll learn of various cultures, capital cities, and how social hierarchy functions across the lands. You'll hear of past reigns from destructive former kings, of proud soldiers, poverty-stricken peasants, and the inbuilt secular or hierarchical views that have emerged over time. All of this exists mostly below the surface. If you want to shoot dinosaurs, loot the wreckage, and rank up Aloy whilst taking in the main campaign, feel free. But know that underneath the surface, like the best parts of Mass Effect or The Witcher, Guerrilla have woven an immaculately rich tapestry where each and every thread is worth pulling on. As for Aloy herself, Horizon tackles the notion of female representation in video games and mainstream entertainment with bold intentions. The Nora tribe's elders are painted as a group of religion-bound fanatics, hateful of motherless children like yourself, thereby establishing motherhood as an incredibly important thing. The core drive of the campaign is finding out the secret of your own mother, and where other characters will come onto Aloy, doubt her as a female warrior, deride her position due to the tribe she's associated with, or just not comment on it whatsoever, Guerrilla have really tried to stay away from being black and white when it comes to worldviews, bolstering Horizon with a diverse cast and all manner of beliefs. I'm deliberately skirting away from specific story-wise, as take it from me, you're gonna want to go into this as blind as possible. Every part of discovering what's really going on, who Aloy is, what happened in regards to her mother, where you are, etc. should be discovered whilst playing through for the first time. You know a developer is proud of their work when they include a photo mode, and man, does Horizon routinely take your breath away. I'm not talking about that Uncharted sense where you'll come over the crest of a hill and see the outlying level just as the developers intended, or Watch Dogs 2 where random showerings of flower petals in a breeze will try to wow you through particle effects alone. Horizon does all of that and more, but it's the complete package that works far stronger than any specific set piece. Put simply, Horizon is one of, if not the, best looking games on the PS4. Both character models and the machines themselves are ludicrously detailed creations, sans the occasional NPC facial animation that can result in a blank stare. Aloy and the various humans that inhabit the land wear combinations of synthetic salvage and handmade leather, providing a look that's almost halfway between Platinum Games' Vanquish and Skyrim's Stormcloaks. The real show stealers, though, are both the machines and everything relating to the forever mysterious metal world. Yes, the majority of the former are based on existing types of animals we have today, but the fact that you can see all the interlocking cogs, metal plates, tubes and bolts holding them together must have taken thousands of hours to design, render and animate accordingly. From light-bending, stealthy jaguars to ginormous desert sandworms and underground cave networks filled with out-of-time light-up displays and voice-activated doors, Horizon's graphical punch and overall art direction is overwhelmingly enjoyable and original in equal measure. Oh, and on a purely technical level, save for one hard crash in around 30 hours of gameplay, possibly from fighting too many enemies at once, the frame rate and game engine itself has been butter smooth. The biggest immediate positive for Horizon is just how out and out playable it feels. You can really tell that Guerrilla have studied the competition when it comes to third-person action games and how to build an engaging open world, resulting in something that plays on inbuilt conventions to get you moving before layering on detailed enemy boss fights, RPG conversation trees, skill unlocks, points of interest, and everything else in between. Just to lay it out, you've got Assassin's Creed style climbing, the depth of a Witcher 3 side quest, Far Cry hunting and crafting, Uncharted narrative sections, Mass Effect dialogue wheels, Hitman Absolution enemy path tracking, The Division looting. It goes on and on. Cynically, yes, you can see exactly where Guerrilla took the pieces for their own patchwork quilt, especially with the generic as hell Bandicam sections anyway, but in combining them so effortlessly and adding the art design, world mythology, character of Aloy and the direction the story goes in, it means you've got something millions can pick up and play, alongside a ton of depth and intricacy for those who want it. Following the opening section, out in the harsh real world, every individual creature requires specific tactics and a considered approach to bring down. Bringing up your focus vision mode will highlight specific parts of these beasts to target, which you can then factor into your approach, depending on which weapons or items you have equipped. Herein lies Horizon's core innovation, as depending on where you target and with what, it'll dictate everything else about that fight. Peel back side panels for weak spots, learn which elements do the most damage, induce a state that weakens the creature and finish it off with your spear. Lay wire traps, launch bombs, hide in tall grass, rewire a machine's AI and make it fight its own pack. You can even use a specific type of arrow to tear off the cannons or machine guns, then use them against them to finish off the rest of the creatures. Number 1. It makes the PS4 Pro even more pointless. All those thoughts of the PS4 Pro being some noticeable step up the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn would use to make the rest of us feel inferior, to hell with that. Horizon is the best justification for Sony's base system since you first saw Uncharted 4. Look at any screenshot, any video, Horizon's game engine is immaculate from top to bottom. Here's to more games further reinforcing just how much we don't need to buy into Sony's half-step system. Number 2, there's a healthy, refreshing level of challenge. Something we've tended to move away from in gaming is difficulty. Mass market publishers would simply rather you didn't get annoyed or displeased when reaching the credits. Yet that's not a mentality Guerrilla share whatsoever. Put simply, if you're not careful, not quick on the draw with your tactics, or have a few traps laid down to bide some time, you'll get mauled in seconds. The machines need to be a threat at all times, and do a ton of damage even on normal difficulty. Yet somehow Guerrilla have found the perfect balance between being a worthwhile challenge and not being too hard. Fighting these machines is a joy every time, and if you go down, there's no prevailing thought of cheapness like in Dark Souls or Neo. More just a wry smile and the prevailing thought of, I'll get him next time. Number 3, world design, story, and mythology are outstanding. Rich with a million stories to tell outside of Aloy's, Horizon Zero Dawn's all-new mythology is one that feels fresh, innovative, and progressive at every turn. From the religious posturing of various NPCs to the politics and philosophy of the land itself, the mystery and unveiling of what Aloy is and how everything comes full circle. It's a nuanced look at human behavior, our fascination with and reliance on technology, and the notion of staying true to yourself in the face of everything life can and will throw at you. Horizon blew me away like nothing else. It's the complete package, taking established gameplay tropes and building on them with unique, innovative ideas. It may feel slightly familiar at times, but then you'll transition from a luscious jungle down into the depths of the metal world, start reading a few datapads, and discover something that'll still be on your mind the next morning. Guerrilla's grand vision for a potential new franchise really comes together, and thanks to them having the confidence to write a self-contained story with plenty memorable twists and turns, this is one hell of an outstanding first step.